So you turn off your car and turn your windshield wipers off, and they go up and park in this position. Pretty embarrassing when you're driving and you turn your wipers off and they're in your way. Dangerous too, so I'm going to try and show you how to fix this. The first thing you got to do is pop the hood by finding the hood release and pulling on that. Then come over here, find this latch underneath and pull the hood up. Then you've got to get at the end of the windshield wiper down here. You've got to pull this off. I'll show you how in a minute. There's a little nut on the end of here that I can just grab with a ordinary pliers and pull that off. And this nut's under here. Once you get this little black plastic topping piece out of the way, you need a socket wrench. This is 13 millimeters. A 1/2 inch might do as well. You put this over the nut and turn it until it loosens it up, and then get this little nut off. Once you get that nut off, this is the hard part. You've got to get the windshield wiper off. I'm going to use my pliers again and just jiggle it until it comes off, because it's on there pretty tight. Be careful not to break anything. Now I think they make a special tool that's expensive to get this off, but I just jiggle with my pliers for a while until this windshield wiper arm comes off the top. Might take a little bit to jiggle it loose, just be gentle until it comes off. And after wiggling it around with a screwdriver a few times, made a little scratch on the side, it finally popped off of there. See that? It's all loose now. The next thing you want to do, this wiper line, which brings the blue fluid through to the windshield wiper, you want to unclip. There's a clip here. Clip that, unclip that. There's a clip here. Unclip this clip. Pull it towards you. Just to get that out of the way, then we want to move this plastic cowl out of the way. I'll show you that in a minute. And there's a plastic clip right here that I've got a screwdriver that I'm going to pop off. Be careful not to break it again. And I actually, once I was prying that with a screwdriver and got it, the little piece protruding a little bit, I grabbed it with this wrench and pulled it out. Then you just pull that round piece out also to loosen the cowl, the plastic cowl. So this round piece came out, and that's the piece that came out of it. And then what you want to do, I'm storing everything in the front seat so I don't lose it. You actually want to take this piece right here and pull it back, because this is just a waterproof piece to keep stuff out, I believe. Move that back so you can get to the plastic cowl better. Let's see if we can move it now. I'll start pulling on it and see if there's any more clips I have to take out. So I just kind of grabbed this plastic cowl and maneuvered it up out of the way, so now we can see my windshield wiper arm, at least where it attaches to right there. And I would guess that the wiper transmission and the problem is right under this. If I can knock this white plastic bolt out, maybe with a screwdriver, and then maybe pull it out with my pliers. If I just force it out, I think I'll be able to get to the problem and fix it. And it was kind of tough to pry that out, so I just grabbed this other end, which didn't seem to be bolted down by anything, and just started pulling that up. So I'll see if I can get this open using this, starting from this direction. Okay, that gave me enough leeway where I was able to grab with my pliers and pull this white little bolt out, I guess it's called. So now I should be able to get this black piece all the way off. And with this black piece out of the way, now I can see where the transmission is. It's this black piece here. I think I might be able to see what the problem is. You see this? See this piece right here? Point with my screwdriver. You can see it there. It's supposed to stop the windshield wiper. Let me look at it a minute. I've now turned on the windshield wipers on low. I'll try and see what happens here when I park this thing. Oops. Okay, now I think you'll see an idea what's happening here. Every time the wiper, I've only got one, I put the other one over here so it's out of the way on the engine. Every time this thing turns, it's supposed to catch when you lock it on that little metal tab that's hanging up. When I put it in park position, I should hit that tab and stop, but I think you're going to see that it doesn't. Okay, I got it propped up the camera and I'm going to put it in park the windshield wipers and you'll see what will happen. Okay, they're stuck in the up position. So what I've got to do is pull this tab up so it catches on the metal that's above it. It's too far down, it needs to be up. I'll show you. Well, I just took a screwdriver and pried this black cap top off of the transmission, which was pretty easy. Maybe it came off before and I didn't put it on good. But there is the transmission. So what we need is this. Like I said, this tab needs to catch on something above. When it's reversing direction when you park it, it's supposed to hit something to stop them before they go back up and park like this. And this looks like a good view. There's the tab, and you can see just, whoa, I got it on low. Just to the left of the tab, there's what it's supposed to hit. When you park it, it's supposed to come back and snap and hit that immediately. Whereas we're not doing that. The tab's not high enough, so it's just missing it, I assume. I'll try and get that on video if I can when I put it in park here. Let's try and hold the camera. Put this in park and see what that looks like. Yeah, see, it didn't even catch. It's supposed to catch right there. But it's just too high and just missing it. So I'll have to get it higher, or it's not high enough, so it needs to hit that. I will work on that. Well, what I've done is I just took my screwdriver and actually tapped that on the left here when it's on, and tap this little notch on the left down. Let's see if that works. Instead of tapping that other one, tab up. I've moved that down. Let's see if that works. Hey, look at that. It parked. Because, as you can see, now the tab has hit the latch. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but let's see if it works. Now the problem is you got to put the other windshield wiper on here exactly in the same position as the other one is, or else you risk your windshield wiper going off the window. So hopefully that'll work. I don't know if I trust that, but we'll see. You see, the instructions that I had are going off of, say, to try and pull this tab up higher, this big silver tab, but that's kind of difficult to get to. You try and put a screwdriver in there and pull it up. This other tab goes down easy. Now I'm afraid of breaking something if it's too far down, but it easily went down. and it seems to work. So I'll look at it for a bit and put it back together and see what happens. Well, I tried it and it only worked 1 or 2 times. It just came off. So this silver tab is going to have to be pried up a little bit. That's going to have to be what I'm going to have to do. I might take a screwdriver and a hammer. I might take just pliers here and try and pull it up. I got to decide something. Sometimes it catches and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm going to pull that silver tab up just to see if I can pull it up, and I'll let you know what I did. Okay, in a very hillbilly way of doing things, I took my pliers and kind of latched onto this silver tab and pulled up. I don't know if it did any good, but I guess if ice is on it and you turn on your windshield wipers, when ice is on it, it messes with that tab position, and that's a lot of times how it will get in the wrong position, is you turn on your windshield wipers when they're not scraped. So hopefully that tab's high enough and the other transmission section is low enough, we'll get it catching now. So now I think we got a pretty good view of what's happening here with the car turned on, and the windshield wipers are running right now. Let's run them faster. That should catch on, when I turn it off, it should catch there. There you go, it's catching. See? When it's running, it's going the opposite way, and then it goes backwards and catches right there. Locks them in the down position, which is what you want, because when it's a sunny day you don't want to lock your windshield wipers in the up position while you're driving. So I think that's it. I'll put it back together. So you pop this black thing back on, you snap that on, then you need this plastic piece over the transmission. Put this on, little white screw back in the hole on this side. Then we'll have to put the plastic cowl back on, and then snap the windshield washer fluid line back into the holes on the cowl, the 2 holes there. One plastic screw goes in the hole on the right side, driver's side of the cowl, and then we got to put the windshield wiper back on. That'll be fun. Okay, got that back on. Now you got to put this rubber weatherproofing piece on, and then don't forget to snap the windshield washer hose into there and there. Okay, got that line snapped in. Now this kind of might be a trial and error type thing. When you put the windshield wiper back on and put the bolt on top of it, you may just have to experiment with where it sets so that it is in the same line as the other wiper. I'm going to start with it down like the other wiper in the same position and hope I'm close, because last time I did it, the wiper goes over the edge, but you just have to move it back and forth to compensate for that. So we'll see. And that goes on a lot easier than it came off. You just kind of bend this a little bit until it gets around that bolt nut. Put it on there and put the nut over top of it. Now this is in the wrong position, so before I nut that, put that nut tighten, I'm going to move this down like the other arm. And again, pray this works. Okay, I tightened that nut on. Now I'll put this black piece on. I guess I don't have to do that yet. I'll wait to see if this actually works first. Okay, from inside the car, let's hope the windshield wipers don't fly off. Let's go faster. That looks pretty good, actually. Now let's turn them off. Please, please, please. Thank you. Wow, it works. So now I'll put this black nut back on, and I did this in the snow in less than an hour, so you can do it too. The first time I did it, I used a hammer to get the windshield wiper off and cracked the windshield, so don't do that. Use this pliers, just kind of rig it back and forth. That might be the hardest part, and also trying to figure out how to get the tab up or the other part down, but Not that hard a job. Not that hard to put together. Good luck. Oh, and this is a 2002 Chevy Impala, so your car may be a little different. Hopefully not.